The last time I went to the ER was like on actual Thanksgiving because I felt too bad I couldn't go. And they drew some labs, they did my blood work finally, and once they did, they saw that my white count was like 100 times higher than it should have been.
Well, yeah, we found out on Thanksgiving Day of 2014 that he had leukemia.
I wasn't too upset, honestly. I know most people probably would be, but I've kind of expected it my whole life because my mom and my grandmother both had cancer, and I figured I was going to get cancer in my life, just not so soon, you know.
Wasn't a very good Thanksgiving.
You know, it was still a little upsetting just because I just got back from deployment 6 months before, so that meant even more time away from my family, and I just had a daughter. I was just getting to know her, you know, at the time.
First time around, Quinn, our daughter, she's 2 now, but she couldn't see him at all because she had been recently vaccinated. And I know that was hard on both of them because they're very close. Having to go in and wear a mask and gloves to see your loved one, especially your spouse, is really kind of jarring. You know, you can't touch, you can't hug, can't share soda, anything. Can't even really get too close because he has no immune system.
Airman Lee had a successful treatment of his cancer 2 years ago, but unfortunately, as many people do, suffered a relapse where his cancer came back.
This time, they said because it's a relapse, they have to do a transplant. The chances of me, like, you know, relapsing again are like near 100%. So transplant's the only solution, or the best solution, I should say.
Well, it's terrifying to hear bone marrow transplant, just not knowing anything about it initially.
I was just starting to feel the symptoms again. I was getting really fatigued, and they did my blood work and they said, yeah, I have leukemia again. It came back.
One thing people really don't talk about when their spouse has cancer is the emotional toll it takes on your marriage. When he got out, it was a lot of rebuilding our marriage and getting kind of to know each other again because we were both changed very much by what happened. They're really close, so it was very difficult for her. She definitely felt that void in her life, and you know, seeing him in between, definitely, you know, she loved it, and you know, not being able to see him, I know it definitely hurts her when he's gone. They're like best friends. They do everything, and I'm not as good at playing with her as he is, so.
I was pretty lucky myself. I got a match within like a month, which is, from what I hear, very rare. Some people it takes like a year or so.
We have the ability to try to cure some of these patients with the stem cell transplant. Airman Lee also was very fortunate that he had an available 10 out of 10 unrelated donor. Typically, we would like to use a related donor, but if we don't have an available related donor, we can search the bone marrow registry to find a 10 out of 10 unrelated donor, which fortunately he has.
We are really grateful that people donated their marrow, or are donating their marrow, got in the registry. Because of that, he had 4 different options that were 10 out of 10 match, which is extremely incredible.
It's kind of scary because I kind of owe my life to that person. You know, it's not something I can never repay, and even then, they may not even. I mean, I never know who it is. Too, they may not want me to find out who they are. So, I don't know. I can't imagine. I know for them it's probably not much. They just have to go in for like a quick procedure, and they're probably just out for work one day or something like that. But for me, it's like life-changing. So I don't know how to feel about owing someone that much. You know, I can't. Myself and my family, we all owe this person so much.
Even if, we had a match and they changed their mind, or something happened and their health wasn't, disqualified them, that we had other options. Because, if you only have one match, a number of things can happen.
Yeah, I think it really reassured her that I'm going to be here. It really set her mind at ease, because, she's got left to worry about being pregnant and all of our other problems we have, just, living life.
So like in my mind, the way I look at it is, every day wake up, bang, you won, that's one round. I look at it like a fight. Every day, one round you won. The rounds never stop. Keep getting hit and get it down. You hit down hard and you might get knocked out, man. But hey, second fight, that's a second fight. As far as me going through chemotherapy, radiation, all that stuff, I'm pretty sure you experienced a lot of that already. So you've been hit. You've been hit hard. And I know you have. But hey, don't let that get you down. Don't let none of this stuff, this is only temporary. It's only temporary. Guaranteed, you're gonna be outside walking. You're gonna be outside with your wife, man. You guys are gonna be living life, real soon. Think about that, think about that. And death came to my door a couple times. First time it came to my door, I was like, oh shit. I was like, damn. I dodged that bullet. But hey, like I mentioned before, it's like, stop. But that makes it makes you tougher, it makes you stronger. I'm outpatient right now. It's already been 6 months out of transplant. Still not done, man. Still not done.
And then after the traditional chemotherapy is over, we infuse the stem cells on what we call DayZero. DayZero is the first day where the patient will receive their donor cells. Acute myelogenous leukemia after relapse is a nearly fatal disease without bone marrow transplant. With bone marrow transplant, there's a chance for a cure. Up to 40% of people have the chance of a cure with bone marrow transplant for acute myelogenous leukemia. So bone marrow transplant has all the same side effects that traditional chemotherapy will have. People may experience nausea, they may experience vomiting, they can experience severe infections, and sometimes those infections can be severe enough where they can actually lead to death.
So I feel pretty crappy, like really crappy. I'm really excited to get this over with, because psychic cells are no big deal. But they gave me some medicine beforehand, some infusion that's supposed to make you react, to make sure that you take the cells, no problem. And I definitely reacted. It's normal though. It's not like anybody else. Just fevers and upset stomach and diarrhea and vomiting and stuff like that. And I just stopped that yesterday. So I still got a couple days of that, feeling that in my system. But other than that, I would say I'm good. I just want to get through that feeling, move on to the next.
Mm-hmm. So amidst all this, you're trying to find a place to live as well.
Yeah.
So that's a lot at one time.
Move all our stuff back here. There's a lot going on. Thankfully, I have my beautiful wife to handle most of it for me. And the Air Force and this hospital, they handled a lot of it for me. It's been a blessing. The case managers and everything gone way out of their way, you yourself, above and beyond, just to help me with every little issue I have. Can't complain at all. So you feel like shit right afterwards?
Hell yeah, dude. Oh my god. Bro, I'm not even gonna lie to you, dude. And yeah, people say, oh, he had a different experience. Yeah. It's been hard. It's real tough. It was probably the toughest times out of my whole 7 months staying here.
That's fine.
But something you can put behind you. Hey, I went through that.
This is, I would say, about 2 weeks after the transplant, or a little right around there. Transplant was fine, but what really has been hurting is the mucositis. It's made my mouth swell up. It's made it to where whenever I swallow, it's like razor blades, for anything. So I can't even take tiny little pills or anything like that. It actually hurts really bad. So what they had to do is switch every single one of my medicines over to this. So I'm like hooked up. You probably noticed now that I have like almost no hair. This is what's left. Most people actually lose all their hair, but my hair is stubborn. And I've got the bloodshot eyes now from these are actually recovering. It's from whenever I was on one of my worst days. I had really bad nausea. I was throwing up, and whenever you throw up, it's very violent. So all of my capillaries and my blood vessels exploded. So my face was actually swollen like 2 times bigger than this right here, and my eyes were just completely covered in blood. I looked like a monster, and I couldn't hardly even talk anyway. So I was just going, kind of moaning like a monster, like a zombie or something with bloodshot eyes. I would constantly be bleeding in my throat, and it would drain down my stomach and make me even more nauseous and sick. And one time I woke up and I had a whole bunch of blood in my throat. It was like actually clogging my throat. I started choking, and it scared the crap out of me. I almost thought I was going to die if it wasn't for the nurse's help here. I woke up and I couldn't speak or anything. I was choking. I was just spitting out blood. It wasn't fun at all, but I got through it. And, I'm on the bounce up now here. My accounts they stopped going down, and now they're kind of slowly starting to go back up. And usually whenever that happens, mucositis goes on with it. So I'm looking here over the next 5 days. I should probably get to go home soon, and that's amazing. These guys here have been awesome. A few nights I threw up by myself. As embarrassing as it is, never thought I'd ever have to say this, but they gave me like a sponge bath or whatever. They clean up every single thing on me, and I was just sitting there miserable. I couldn't move, and they wiped everything down, cleaned the bed, gave me new clothes and all that stuff. I'm just incredibly grateful for the staff here. They're amazing. They do an excellent job. If these things are minor, like, I forbid what the people who are really struggling to go through, So the nurses reassuring me that everything I'm going through is just part of the process was very helpful. And most importantly, knowing that my family, my 3-year-old daughter, my wife who's pregnant are out there waiting for me to get better. At the end of all this, I get to go see them. When she saw me before, it was like right after I threw up, so my face was all swollen and like my eyes were like bloodshot, and she just did not know who I was. And she just kept going, ew, ew. And I was like, yeah, that's what Daddy looks like right now. But my wife they're both worried about me. My wife's having a really hard time with her right now because she's been really acting out without me. I'd say that my biggest fear has been that I would come out of this and I would be crippled or possibly dead. Because statistically speaking, 33% of people don't make it through a bone marrow transplant after the first year. So I'm going to be on the lower end of that. I'm pretty young, and the military likes to make sure that their members are healthy, taken care of. So we're looking at a lot lower chance, especially this is one of the better hospitals you can go for a transplant. But it's been kind of horrifying, just thinking that at any point, despite doing everything correctly, I could easily just have a kidney failure or my heart fail, or my lungs or anything like that. And you just lying here every day, just doing working out best I can and taking all my medicine and just being as positive, which my mother's experience with cancer, positivity is the best thing you could possibly do to survive. But even doing all that, it's just not work. You know, that's the scariest part. And I don't want to do that. Like, I think my worst fear is that my daughters have to grow up beside that. I have done run away. My daughters have to grow up without me, because I know no other person is ever going to be a better father than I am going to be for my children. So I just, maybe even if I'm in a wheelchair, you know, I know that would be devastating, because Daddy's the one who runs around and plays with her, and you know, I wanted to teach her how to play sports, you know, basketball, and you know, I'm really good at keeping a tough face in front of everybody, but inside, I'm actually really scared that I'm going to lose a part of who I am. Maybe I won't be the same guy as I was before. Maybe I'll just lose hope. I don't want to be that guy. I want to be the guy that wants my daughter down the aisle.
I think my best friend told me, my best friend was here. You know, he had just gotten out when I got admitted in the hospital. His name was Special Psychiatrist. He said that it's not the cancer that kills you. So like, you know, what you have, you know, AML, when I had, you know, T-cell leukemia, it's not that kills a person, you know, it's your attitude, you know. Your attitude, it's gonna be your fight, it's gonna be your emotion, support, everything, it's gonna be everything good, everything but the actual, you know, diagnosis. That's gonna get you through this, you know. Like, that's exactly what he told me. I was like, dude, shut up. Like, you're bullshitting, man. Like, you're only here for 2 months, and now you're out. And I've been here for 7 months. Like, how are you gonna tell me that? But he was right, dude.
This time, though, I am faced with the fact that there's a good chance he could die. He's here right now. He's in the other room, and he's alive, but this could kill him, and there's a good chance. Like, we knew chemo last time had a chance, but it wasn't a big chance. You know, afterwards you can be crippled by it, you know. So facing that and knowing that he could either not be here or be completely different, physically and mentally, it sucks.
After that, after day 0, we start counting up positive, day +1, day +2, day +3. As we wait for the donor cells to come in and both eradicate the leukemia and also to develop into normal blood cells that the patient will now have from their donor. This process continues for months. Patients need to be on therapies to suppress their own immune system, and also to suppress their graft for months and years after transplant. Patients will need to be inpatient in the hospital for an extended period of time, and then will need to be followed up closely in an outpatient clinic for up to 100 days at least, and usually 1 to 2 years after stem cell transplant. They'll continue to be closely followed. Patients that go on after 2 years that are cured will need continued follow-up with oncology and bone marrow transplant as well, but they are continually facing the complications of transplant, such as infections or graft versus host disease. So Airman Lee is at the very beginning of that process. He is just beginning to receive his stem cells, and he has a long road ahead of him. But so far he's shown great resiliency, and we're hopeful that the stem cells will do their job and eradicate his leukemia, and he can be a long-term survivor.
So this is, I think, day 30, mid-30s, and I'm getting discharged today, hopefully. They let me go see my family the past couple of days and spend overnight over there at the Fisher House, and it's been amazing. Like, just getting out helps me feel 100 times better. The mentality of it, I feel near normal. I mean, you know, still got some weird stuff going on, but if I'm just walking, talking, I don't even notice. I feel so much better, and you know, it's really weird how much your mind comes into play with the whole process of healing, because just coming in here today and seeing my bed just made me sick to my stomach, like I was gonna throw up.
Today is discharge day for John, and it has been a very hard month, but he looks amazing now. He's had a couple of overnight passes to come with us, and just being outside of the hospital has improved him so much. It's Monday now, and on Thursday he looked very sick, and you saw he looks really good for having just had a transplant. So we're really happy. We're excited. He gets to spend time with our daughter, and which means the world to her. She's missed him so much. We couldn't do much in the room, and he was recovering. So it's really hard for her when things are like that. But it's just a really, really amazing time right now that he's getting discharged today.
I'm really excited to get to see my daughter. Really happy though. It's looking good.